speaker, Martine Cantrel. She has, she's bringing in 20 years of experience in project management. She has a degree in international business from a French university, and I am so glad that she left it that way. I didn't have to pronounce a very difficult French, French school, because I will mispronounce it. So international business, and upon moving to the United States 20 years ago, she decided that she wanted to establish her own IT consulting business. And so she is also a business owner and has been doing IT consulting, primarily focused on agile project management.
Now let's see about the snap reaction. If you are now you're in a presentation, somebody's giving you an executive presentation, and they have dirty shoes. What is your snap reaction? What do you think about the person with dirty shoes? Maybe you don't see the shoes. No, but that's true. Maybe you don't pay attention. I pay attention to shoes all the time. So it's just culture. Oh yeah, you better polish your shoes when you're with me. So what do you think? Look at shoes first of all. Shoes and hands. And then now, if somebody's giving a business presentation, have dirty shoes, what is your snap judgment?
Well, I think it will depend on what the weather would be outside. I mean,
no. You're a business person.
If somebody comes in with dirty shoes, you're going to think they're a slob.
Let me look at your shoes, sir. Okay. You're excused. I was at the business presentation, a financial advisor. He spent money to invite us to have a meal, and he was giving a presentation with dirty shoes. My girlfriend asked me, "Are you going to trust this man with your money?" And my answer was, "No, look at his shoes, they are not polished." And my girlfriend said, "What does he have to do?" And for me, it's just like, I don't know. It's just like I have a snap judgment, but it shows like he's not organized. It just doesn't have it together. Well, it turns to be like the financial advisor who actually spent money to invite us. The presentation was in February. He didn't follow up before July. So you see that, can I really trust somebody with my money? That's just like a slow reaction? No. What about somebody who doesn't wear the same socks on? Now I'm looking at everybody's socks. Yeah. So what would be your reaction if you see somebody who does not have the same socks on?
Distraction?
Tell me about that. Tell me why.
Yeah, well, you ask a question, but that's not
Rather than judging, I'm curious.
You're curious.
I'd like to know the story behind that. They could have a sense of humor. They could be playful.
They could
have lost a sock in the dryer.
And so, you lost the socks in the dryer, so you keep the others and you finally match them. It could be that you miss laundry day. It could be that it's trendy because you're a teenager and this is what they do. So go ahead.
Or it was dark when they were getting ready.
Oh, it was dark when they were getting ready, yeah. So that's it could be many reactions, but I mean many reasons. But really, is what you're trying to figure out is what is your reaction. You see somebody who has not the same socks on. What do you think? Do you see them as sloppy, or do you see them as funny? Or you're curious and you want to learn the story behind the socks being different? That's the thing there.
I would see someone trying to break a rule.
Someone tries to break the rules.
To show.
So you see, we all have different snap judgment, and it doesn't mean one is right and one is wrong. So for me, I'm surrounded with nerds. So I'm surrounded with people who don't care about their socks. So it's often that around me I have people not wearing the same socks. I don't make a big deal out of it. I would make a big deal with the shoes, not with the socks. And I would just say, well, be practical. If in your world you have to have the same socks. So in our house, what we do is usually we buy a batch of socks, the same kind, because I don't want to waste time sorting socks. And then when they worn out, we just throw them. So no, we keep them to polish the shoes. Who went to Europe? They order a glass, a Coca-Cola or whatever you order, and there was no ice cube in the drink, no? And what do you say?
Ice.
Can I have some ice, please? And what did they bring you? One ice cube. That's it's usually, here they give you a glass full of ice and almost no drink. In France or in Europe in general, they give you a glass full of drink and no ice cube. When you ask for ice cube, they give you one and you say, Is it so expensive to make ice here? No, it's just like, Anyway, it's very important to expand your judgment, to at least suspend it. It doesn't mean that you cannot have your own judgment, but you suspend it to give opportunity for people to speak up, give you ideas, and then you will become a better problem solver and, of course, an innovator. Think how much we can innovate, the way we're doing things. And I like to finish with judge a person by their question and not by their answer. That's Voltaire. Really knows Voltaire, French philosopher. Very important again.
I like the pin response because it gives me something to, like a way, because you hear about these things, and I have staff meetings all the time, and I have a very young staff, like younger millennials, and sometimes they throw out ideas that are just, to me, initially sound, and I've been trying to be like, oh, tell me more, that's interesting, but I think this will kind of help me follow more of a blueprint for that, because sometimes I do forget to say, tell me more, that's interesting, and because sometimes they really do throw some.
Yeah, and sometimes you're just in a rush. You don't take the time to evaluate. So if you force yourself to say what is interesting, what is positive, what is negative, you're just forcing yourself. It's a tool. You're forcing yourself to look at things differently, and that can only be positive. Go ahead.
Actually, one thing that happened to me some years ago when I went to France for college, because I went to college in France.
Are
So
you need to pick on my own people? We may not be friends, huh? Go
from
ahead.
Haiti, and the thing is, in Haiti, people they greet all the time. They greet you, good morning, good morning, good morning. Even when they come to an office or they get into public transportation and everything. So for my first time in France, I get in a bus and then I say bonjour, good morning. Then no one replies.
They must have looked at you like a cuckoo.
And then 2 years later, that have been all adjusted and everything and used to the culture. And then I'm in the metro, and then someone gets into the metro and says, "Good morning."
What did you think about that person?
I burst out laughing. I burst out laughing because first thing, it was weird, and second thing, it reminded me of myself like 2 years before. Yeah.
And you could relate to the example.
Exactly.
Yeah. Definitely.